Yep.
The Giants. The Giants have had quite a year so far. And yesterday, Evan Neal, and look, I understand that players, you get upset when you get booed, and I get it. Players are human. We try to get people to understand that. They're dealing with a lot of stuff. Fans feel it's their birthright when they buy their ticket to say and do whatever they want at these games and treat the players however they want to treat them. And sometimes it does go over the top. Yesterday, Evan Neal encouraged fans to boo louder as his way of pushing back against the reaction that they're getting. And then he later apologized. Here's what he said. They were booing us, so I said boo louder. The person that's commenting on my performance, what does he do? Flip hot dogs and hamburgers somewhere? Yeah, that's not good. Why would a lion concern himself with the opinion of a sheep? Well, apparently you are. I honestly do not care what anybody has to say about Evan Neal because they're going to talk anyway. At the end of the day, I put a lot of good things on film, but people are going to go and find the bad reps, and that's why that's what they're going to highlight. Excuse me. That's what they're going to put out there. I can't control that, so why should I care? I get the point, but why are you saying that out loud? You make it look like you do care. You make it look like you do care. You make it look like it does bother you when you say it out loud that way. And then there's his apology that he posted last night that he was wrong for lashing out at the fans who are just as passionate and frustrated as I am. I think he got the memo from John Mara that these are the paying customers, because I think I vaguely remember something like that happening in the past where somebody complained about the fans, and I think it was the Giants, or maybe it was another team, but basically ownership's like, hey, this is a business, and we want these people to show up to the games. So if they boo, they boo. As long as they're in the seats, as long as they're buying the overpriced beer and the overpriced hot dogs and the overpriced popcorn and the overpriced programs, they can do whatever they want.
Well, yeah, and I mean, excuse me, you're right. And the Mara, the Mara family, the Tisch family, excuse me, geez, you gave me the plague through the microphone here. But they're very aware of the fan base and the New York Giant fan base and the fan base as a whole, right? We saw John Mara this year talk about the Thursday night flex scheduling and how he doesn't think that's good for fans. So I think there's a real care there for sure. And then yes, it does nobody good for the players to really speak like that. It doesn't, Hey, just come out and say you're frustrated and we got to be better, and I'd boo us too if we played like that. Now, I mean, we know how players are, right? Like they'll look for anything to motivate, and even if it's negativity from their own fan base, they're going to jump on that. Just don't say it out loud. Don't publicly say it. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a backhanded shot at the fan base in general. And the other thing I would just say to Evan Neal, because he's still new, is like, hey, welcome to New York, okay? Welcome to New York City. I've seen them boo the Giants like 2 games after they won the Super Bowl. I mean, this is the way it is up here. It's cutthroat, and it's up yours and in your face and F you and all those great things, and that's the way it is. And, yeah, when those guys and people pay like, $400 to sit in a mezzanine-level ticket, they don't want to see Daniel Jones ducking in 0.3 seconds the whole freaking game. So they're allowed to boo too, and hopefully Evan Neal learns from all this.
And he didn't have to go there with the whole, what are they doing? Who are they? What do they do? Flip hot dogs and hamburgers. First of all, it's a difficult job that somebody has to do. It doesn't pay well. And somebody who has a job like that is not going to be able to afford a ticket to a Giants game or a Jets game or any NFL game.
That's damn right.
Too damn expensive.
Right.
So there's a respectful way to say, I don't care. It's enough to just say, they want to boo, they can boo. I don't care. I know what my assignment is. I know what I'm doing. I understand they may not be happy. I'm not happy. If they want to boo, that's their prerogative. That's all you have to say. Then people get the impression, hey, this guy really does have thick skin. Not he's trying to act like he has thick skin, and in so doing, he's exposing the thinness of his skin, and he's only going to make it worse for himself. And I think the apology is a reflection and a recognition by Evan Neal. We've still got 6 home games this year, and I'm going to hear it even louder now that I've run my mouth about the people who are showing up and outnumber me, not in a physical way, in a vocal way. He's going to be hearing it. And as Pete says at the game on Monday night, which Pete attended, they were yelling Evan Neal sucks, despite probably not having watched him on any single snap of the game.
Yeah, well, that's a little probably of the lash out why he did it too, is he is becoming a little bit of like, we see this top pick, top 10 pick, whatever, where, man, the grading companies and everybody else, he's not in the top 10 in his position, so he's a bust. He stinks, blah, blah, blah. And it's become a little bit of a piling on thing here. And I just go, Giant fans, and a lot of you don't know what you're talking about as far as offensive line play is going. And he's on the right track. He's not like the issue with that offensive line. Was he perfect the other night? No. I know that. But I didn't look at that game and go, man, it's Evan Neal. Man, it's Evan Neal. Man, it's Evan Neal. No, I saw a lot of other guys more than Evan Neal, that's for sure. It's just like he's the name. He's from Alabama. He was the first-round pick.
He was a high draft pick.
Exactly.
Right.
And
Could have
people
had somebody
jump
else.
on that. I know.
Could have had somebody else.
I know. And we got to stop doing that, right? Because it does ruin players. Giant fans, look at Evan Ingram. Look at what we did there. I know he dropped some passes, but we all piled on Evan Ingram. Guess who's leading the NFL in yards after the catch for tight ends in the NFL right now? Oh, Evan Ingram. Yeah, he's kind of awesome. So that's where I just like, it doesn't help this early on in the year, in the career. I just wish fans weren't so cutthroat like they are right now.
Well, but
I know
that's just the way it is. It goes with the territory, and
Yeah.
that's one of the realities of using those high first-round draft picks. If you get a player that doesn't pan out, the fans are going to be even more upset. They're going to be even more vocal, and it's going to make it even more of a challenge to properly have your players prepared to deal with that kind of adversity in a way that doesn't require an apology that was thumbed out on the Notes app and then posted to Twitter last night to try to clean up the mess that Evan Neal made by saying something that was objectively disrespectful to the fans and to those folks out there who are working in the very difficult jobs. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.